So there's a Fed meeting coming up on January 27th and 28th, and everybody's wondering if they're going to take another rate drop. This is Ron Wysokarski for the Black Hole of Real Estate. And, it's about 50-50 right now. There are people insisting that rates will come down on January 27th and 28th. There's others that, they've dropped 3 consecutive meetings. A quarter point. This might be a time for them to pause. Now, there's not another meeting until March. So what this means is for the next 6 to 8 weeks, whatever happens on this meeting is going to dictate rates for the next 2-3 months. And then with Jerome Powell, ending his term, I think it's May 15th, he'll be out. When that new person is named, I think there'll be a lot of pressure on that person to drop rates, in the subsequent meetings. And since they're going to be chosen by a president who wants the rates to go down, my suspicion is that you're going to see 1 or 2 rate drops in a row after the new Fed chair comes in. What I don't know is how many rate drops you're going to get between now and then. There's 3 Fed meetings. You got one in the January, you've got the March, and then one more before Powell is out of office. I think you're going to get 1 out of 3. I think you'll see 1. It may or may not be January, although there's pressure for it. It's more likely to be the one in March, and then in the outgoing one, they may or may not do it due to pressure. So I think 1 more. Rates are already below 6% on nationwide averages, so I think you're going to see that rate hover between 5 3/4 and 6% over the next couple of months. I think we get to a point this year where rates are between 5.5 and 5 3/4, and it's probably where they're going to rest. So as we look at where interest rates are going right now, they've already come down because of that $2 billion bond buy. They came down outside of the Fed dropping rates. So this may help it out. Some of it could be priced in. So if there is a quarter point at that next meeting in January, it may not be the full 0.25% in interest rate because some of it's been priced in. I think we've talked about that. There is a slight possibility to keep rates the same, that there might actually be a little uptick, but I think there'll just be another introduction of liquidity and more bond buying going on to make sure that rates stay in that range. I don't know anybody right now that's going to stay off the market because they're waiting for rates to come down because it's been a bad policy. For the last 3 years, home values have continued to increase, and the rates have only come down a little bit. And if you look at what you could have purchased a home for 2-3 years ago, as opposed to waiting, you had a lower monthly payment, a lower purchase price, and the interest rate didn't come down a ton, and you could have refinanced. So I think there's, I don't say some regret, but there's some missed opportunities out there. And now that we're below the psychological level of 6%, we're in the 5s right now, I think those people introduce themselves back into the market because the rates are good enough. And at tax time, people are getting refunds. It's the perfect storm of people getting ready to get ready. But I think you'll also see some buyers come out, whether they're getting a refund, getting ready to change for the school year, selling their investment properties, snowbirds are changing over. There's a lot going on that's going to conspire over the next couple of months, independent of interest rates. But the key today is I think rates are coming down over the next 3 meetings, at least one time. We just don't know for sure if it's going to be at the end of January. If you got questions about interest rates, definitely put that in the comments below and definitely subscribe. This is Ron Wysokarski for the Black Hole of Real Estate.